and girls, this is Claudia here from Ottakringer Brauerei in Vienna. And this time I have the pleasure of talking to Ginger. Thanks for being here.
Well,
thanks for being with us tonight.
yeah.
So you just played the show and you are on the road with Amorphous, you're on the road with Soilwork. So how much longer is this tour going to be for you and what is coming afterwards? Is there more tour stops to be ahead?
No more tours after this one.
Never again.
Yeah, of course there will be some, but not straight after this tour.
Yeah.
We'll go back to Ukraine and we'll work on the next JINJER album.
Yes.
Yeah, and we will only have 6 shows this spring. Will be a mini tour in Japan with Obscura and 2 headlining shows in South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long way to go also.
Yeah, and we will of course have a festival tour in the summer.
So watch out for all the festivals where you can meet Ginger, of course.
Yep.
Yeah. So there is an album somewhere to be seen on the horizon, but now there is an EP out that you really should listen to. And Perennial is just on everywhere, like the video also.
Seriously?
Yeah. I saw it.
According to my estimations,
Really?
it should
Oh my
have
Okay.
it should have
some
1
research.
million views around this
we
moment.
should celebrate it.
Yeah, let me check. It
Party.
should be.
We do a party here.
So you see, the suggestion
yeah.
says 996,000 views, but
come
I'm
on,
sure
guys.
1 million views. So it's in Russian 1 million views. In 2 weeks.
That's cool, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, yeah.
So who's coming up with the ideas behind the videos? What should be in the video?
Actually, the director of the video is the
Is he
director. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he asking you for what you want to have, or with the lyrics? Or
No lyrics. I sent him. I sent this man like lyrics, and he asked me a few details about this, like how do I feel about like what it's all about, and I explained him that I don't like autumn, and like I feel very suicidal
Oh yeah.
during
getting
autumn.
cold.
Yeah. So he said like, yeah, okay, like I've met such people before, so
Okay.
I understand what you're talking about. And here we are, like he then he described in written form what he saw as a whole
story,
picture, yeah. And we said like, okay,
Okay.
yeah, that works.
But then you also have to perform all that in the video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite some work, I guess.
Basically, yeah, because like I was almost like a center of the attention.
Yes.
So the director, like, he told me like, please buy like thermal underwear.
Oh, yeah, it's
and
gonna be
stuff like
cold.
that. Yeah. But I'm really happy because the whole the weather played for us, you know.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That was amazing. Like everything, like just like worked
That's good.
like a puzzle.
And when you're writing your music, and then you have to decide at some point, okay, which goes on the EP or what will be on the album. Is that like a democratic decision, or is it more like a management decision?
It never happens
know.
like that.
Okay.
We do it in a different way.
Okay.
So we just set a goal. We need to compose, like it was with the EP. We have to compose 5 songs, and we just make 5 songs.
Wow, that's great.
5 great songs. Nothing like having 25 and choosing 5 out of them. Nothing like having an album of 10 songs. 5 of them are great and 5 are fillers. We never did such things, and I hope we'll never have to do such things in the future.
Right. So you write to the point.
Yes.
Absolutely, and you know beforehand what you want to do.
Yeah. Not
Also with
exactly
the
like
sound.
that. we just make songs the way we feel at the moment, musically,
Yeah.
and then we give it to Tatiana, and she writes lyrics.
Yep.
Do you sometimes discuss this? Like, does it fit your feeling,
We
or
have-
is it like?
We of course have some arguments about this sometimes. When, there are three musicians, except for Tatiana as a vocalist. Yeah, like now we compose in three, and we had some arguments, like shouting at each other when two try to prove one. That is a good moment. This is a good riff. This is a good episode of a song. We need to leave it the way it is. And one was screaming, "No, it's bullshit." But eventually, we somehow managed to overcome all these problems. Yeah, and it is the way it is.
And it stays the way that you give it to Tatiana.
Yeah, we make it
yeah.
musical, then we give it to Tatiana. Yeah.
So, how do you decide on the lyrics? Do you have like a notebook where you put in ideas, or is it also this is the song and this is my lyrics I want to put in?
Well, first of all, when I'm in between of writing lyrics, I usually collect some very strong phrases, like good phrases, or like words, for example, in English or in Russian. I write it down like at the back of my notebook, so that they would actually appear as a title or as a theme of a new lyrics, and then I like to listen to a composition for many times, so that it can create the whole atmosphere. So I rely on my feelings. So what I ask myself, like, what does it remind me of?
What's
So
in your
that's it.
head? What do you see
like
or feel?
I have if I have a feeling of this or that, if it's very like a angry song, or it's like romantic one or whatever. So first of all, I have to decide what in what stream it's gonna take the atmosphere. And then I write lyrics. So basically, I watch a lot of movies, documentaries. So I have to be inspired with something. So that's it.
And you use a lot of metaphors, like a lot of pictures, like in Pisces. It's really brilliant what
Oh,
you're
thanks.
doing. Yeah, it's really amazing. So, do you see like, pictures inside yourself too, or is it more the words?
It's more about words. There's I'm a teacher of English and Russian and literature by profession, like by diploma.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been into a lot of literature lessons.
Yes, and you read a lot of
So,
books.
although I don't like poetry at all, I'm more into prose writing. Yeah, but it takes me a lot of time to build up a poem or whatever. Yeah, pick some lyrics.
And you're switching the styles of your voice, obviously, from clean singing to the guttural growling style. So, how did you start that? Did you just listen to other bands and say, "Yeah, I want to do that as well," or did you go to a teacher? Or?
Of course, I was inspired, and as always, I mention OTAP as an inspirer, as an influencer of extreme vocals.
Yeah.
Then, just for the start, I wanted to start, and like OTAP was like, "What? I want to do like this."
Yeah.
And then I heard Randy Bly from Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so juicy. And I really tried to imitate him in the beginning. So maybe that's how I trained this stuff.
And you're working a lot with your body, like you can see on the stage.
Oh,
Like you're moving a lot, and that I guess that helps your voice because you're always so on point. It's really interesting to see you perform. I mean, besides the listening, it's really interesting. Is that like unconscious, or do you think about the way you're moving on stage and looking at a mirror or something, or do you just do it out of yourself?
Actually, I've never done this before in front of a
Mirror.
In front of a mirror.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's kind of awkward. Like I'm
It
ashamed
is.
of myself being
No, it's
like
strange.
doing this in front of mirror.
Yeah.
Nah.
I've never done it either.
Yeah, because like
some people do, and it's strange, right?
yeah, because
Yeah,
like it's self-conscious tells you like, dude, what are you doing?
yeah.
Like
Yeah, you feel it, right?
It's too, I think it's sort of making believe when you start doing such things in front of a mirror. It doesn't come naturally.
Yes.
All this motion, head banging, jumping around should come from somewhere inside you. Yeah, and I think I know bands who actually practice this at rehearsals,
Yeah.
and it's bullshit. It should be on stage, and it should come from the stage, and you should get the experience of doing this on stage. On stage, just playing shows.
Yeah.
My opinion is.
yeah, but nevertheless, I feel more comfortable being moveless, motionless, or how is it like motionless, like because singing this way, the way I sing or scream, takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, an ear.
And and air, it leaves at almost zero energy for moving.
Yes.
So whether it's moving on stage or
And
it's,
then you
it's
sing.
performing on high quality.
Yeah. But
So-
you switch between the movement and the singing, and so it's not like you're standing there. Yeah. And
Yeah,
nothing
if
happens.
I have very intense
Yeah.
part, I'd probably just stand or just
Yeah.
bend.
Of course.
Like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. This is
But
enough.
if it's just not that hard, like if I have just like one word in the sentence, like you
Yeah.
know, so that's fine.
Go
like I
or
can
so.
just jump or
Yeah.
whatever. It depends on the intensity of singing.
One last question. Who or what decides what is an artist? What does that mean? What is
artist?
Yes,
Artist.
what's an artist?
An artist.
Who or what decides what an artist is? It's a very general question. It's a very general
And
question.
there's probably no answer, or
There
the
is
thousand.
probably no answer,
That's why I'm asking.
but I think an artist himself or herself decides whether they are an artist or not. Nobody else. And this is not really the result of creation, but creation itself. I mean, the process of creation. So the process of creating something is the art.
Not just the product. that
Not
you
just the product.
Have later on.
Yeah, and what you really put in this process and how you feel during this process matters a lot.
Yeah. And what are
This is
your
what-
intentions?
Yes.
If you are
what
here
want
to just
do.
like to earn money, so probably that's not like because true artists, I think, like okay, maybe I speak some old,
Fashioned way?
yeah, old-fashioned way, yeah, because like
Well.
an art is always like a poor, like not well paid job, you know.
It is often not well paid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
Which is
underrated.
kind of sad.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what I heard a lot, that an artist is always appreciated after his death.
And
Hopefully not.
underestimated.
Yeah,
Yeah, it happened a lot. Unfortunately, it happened a lot.
that's true.
But also just to add a little bit on what we have been saying now, this is what actually differ an artist from just a producer, just a person who creates something. What they put into this art, what they feel, and what the intention is. If it is just to create something and earn money, this is not art.
Thank you very much for also this answer. And enjoy the shows to come. And
Thanks a
we're
lot.
watching out for more audio,
Yeah.
more ginger, more everything.
Mosquito.
It's there, I guess. Watch out, mosquitoes. Thank you. Bye.